Do you know the secret to true and lasting happiness? Let's embark on a journey together. A journey into understanding not just the concept of happiness, but the very essence of it. Now, happiness is something we all strive for, isn't it? It's a universal desire that transcends borders and cultures. But often we find ourselves chasing shadows, entangled in common misconceptions about what truly brings us joy. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that happiness is about material wealth, about owning the latest gadgets, the fanciest cars, or the most luxurious homes. We're bombarded with messages every day telling us that happiness is just one purchase away. But let's pause for a moment and consider this. Are the richest people on earth always the happiest? Or perhaps you believe that happiness lies in success, climbing the corporate ladder, achieving your goals, being the best in your field. There's a sense of satisfaction in accomplishment, of course, but does success guarantee a life filled with joy? Maybe you think happiness is about excitement, about living in a constant state of thrill and adventure. But isn't it true that even the most thrilling roller coaster ride becomes mundane after a while? These are common beliefs, common paths we all follow in our quest for happiness. And yet, they often lead us astray, leaving us feeling unfulfilled and craving for more. But what if I told you that the secret to happiness is not about what you have, but rather how you think and act? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this intriguing topic. As we peel back the layers of misconception, we'll uncover the true essence of happiness. And perhaps, just perhaps, we'll discover that the secret to lasting happiness has been within us all along. So, are you ready to uncover the secret to true and lasting happiness? Let's begin. The power of your perspective can significantly impact your level of happiness. What if I told you that happiness is not just about what happens to us, but more importantly, how we perceive what happens to us? Yes, you heard it right. The lens through which we view our lives, the perspective we hold, can be a game changer. Let's consider a simple example. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. One person might see this as a frustrating situation, they're trapped, they're wasting time. But another person might see it as an opportunity, a chance to listen to their favorite podcast, or simply a moment of peace before the day's hustle. Here, the situation is the same, being stuck in traffic. But the perspectives are different, and these differing perspectives lead to a different emotional experience. While one person might feel frustrated, the other person might feel content, maybe even happy. And that's the power of perspective. It can shape our experiences, it can influence our emotions, but most importantly, it can determine our level of happiness. Another example could be receiving constructive criticism. Some might perceive it as an attack, a blow to their ego, but others might see it as an opportunity to grow, a chance to improve. Again, the situation is the same, but the perspectives are different. And these different perspectives lead to different emotional outcomes. So how can we shift our perspective to increase our happiness? The answer lies in practicing mindfulness and developing empathy. By being present, by understanding different viewpoints, we can learn to see situations from a more positive angle. We can learn to find the silver lining even in the stormiest of clouds. In the end, it's all about how we choose to see the world. We can choose to focus on the negatives, or we can choose to see the beauty in even the simplest of things. So the next time you find yourself in a challenging situation, take a moment, breathe, and ask yourself, how am I choosing to view this situation? Could I shift my perspective to find a glimmer of happiness, even here? Remember, your perspective can be your power or your prison. Another key to happiness is gratitude. Now that might sound a bit cliché, but let's dive deeper into this concept. Gratitude is not just about being thankful for the good things in life. It's about recognizing and appreciating the beauty in everything around us. It's about shifting our focus from what our life lacks to the abundance that's already present. How does this lead to happiness, you may ask? Well, there's a wealth of research to back this up. Studies have shown that people who regularly practice gratitude by taking time to notice and reflect upon the things they're thankful for, experience more positive emotions, feel more alive, sleep better, express more compassion and kindness, and even have stronger immune systems. One study, conducted at the University of California, found that people who wrote down what they were grateful for each week were more optimistic about their lives as a whole. They also felt better about their upcoming week and were more likely to make progress towards their personal goals. Another fascinating study from the University of Pennsylvania revealed that people who wrote and delivered a letter of gratitude to someone who had never been properly thanked for their kindness immediately exhibited a huge increase in happiness scores. This single act of expressing gratitude resulted in a significant and lasting increase in happiness and a decrease in depressive symptoms. Practicing gratitude doesn't require any special tools or techniques. It could be as simple as keeping a gratitude journal, where you jot down a few things you're thankful for each day. Or it could be a mental practice where you take a few moments each day to reflect on the good in your life. Remember, gratitude is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And as it strengthens, you'll find that you start to see the world in a more positive light. You'll become more content with your life as it is, and less concerned with what you don't have. So, it turns out that saying thank you is not just good manners, it's also a path to happiness. Relationships are another vital component of true and lasting happiness. They say no man or woman is an island, and that's because we humans are social creatures. We thrive on connections, on shared experiences, on knowing and being known. But when we talk about relationships, we're not just talking about having a lot of friends or followers on social media. Oh no. It's not about the numbers, it's about the depth and quality of those connections. It's about having people in your life who understand you, who accept you, who challenge you, and who support you. It's about having people who make you laugh, who make you think, who make you better. You see, the best relationships are those that enrich our lives, not just fill our social calendars. They're the ones that help us grow, that lift us up when we fall, that celebrate our victories and comfort us in our losses. They're the ones that make us feel seen, heard, and valued. They're the ones that remind us that we're not alone, that we're part of something bigger than ourselves, that we matter. But building and maintaining these relationships require effort. It takes time, patience, understanding, and forgiveness. It takes being present, being real, being vulnerable. It's about giving and receiving, about respecting boundaries, about nurturing trust and mutual respect. And yes, it can be hard, and yes, it can be messy. But oh, how rewarding it is. Because at the end of the day, happiness doesn't come from what we have, but from who we have in our lives. It comes from the love we give and the love we receive. It comes from the bonds we build and the memories we make. It comes from the joy we share and the pain we help each other bear. So invest in your relationships, cherish them, nurture them, because they are the threads that weave the tapestry of your life. They are the roots that ground you, the wings that lift you, the light that guides you. In the end, it's not about how many friends we have, but how deep our connections are. So, what's the secret formula to happiness? As we've explored throughout this journey, the essence of happiness isn't as elusive as it might seem. It's intrinsically linked to three key elements: perspective, gratitude, and relationships. Let's take a moment to recap. Perspective, the lens through which we view the world around us, plays a pivotal role in our happiness. It's about seeing the glass as half full, not half empty. It's about realizing that even in the midst of adversity, there's a silver lining. It's about understanding that our thoughts shape our reality, and by changing our perspective, we can change our world. Then we have gratitude, a powerful tool that can shift our focus from what's missing in our lives to the abundance that's already present. Gratitude is the realization that true happiness doesn't come from acquiring anything, but from appreciating everything. It's the practice of counting our blessings, not our problems. It's about living in the present moment, appreciating the now, and finding joy in the simple things. And of course, relationships. These connections we forge with others, whether they're family, friends, or simply acquaintances, contribute significantly to our sense of happiness. Relationships provide us with a sense of belonging, of being understood, of being loved. They give us the opportunity to share, to care, to laugh, and even to cry. They remind us that we're not alone on this journey, and that in itself is a source of great happiness. When these three elements combine, they create a potent formula for happiness. But remember, this formula isn't a magic potion that instantly bestows happiness. It's a guide, a roadmap if you will, that leads us towards a happier, more fulfilled life. So the secret to true and lasting happiness? It's all about perspective, gratitude, and relationships. Remember, happiness is not a destination but a journey.